All righty, what is up, college baseball fans? Welcome to the Weekend 4 preview episode of the 11.7 podcast, brought to you by Home Field Apparel. 15% off using promo code CWS25 on your first purchase. The highest, the best quality, the coolest designs, and the best people in the industry. We love our partnership with Home Field Apparel. Check them out. Pretty soon, there's going to be an exclusive drop for college baseball fans, and you guys are going to love it. So, sign up for their email. What's it called? Email alerts, because when those things drop, they sell out real quick. So you don't want to miss out there. Anyways, special episode today. One of my favorites of the season. We get to repick conference champions after we did it 4 weeks ago. Now that we get to use the eyeball test, we're able to switch around picks that we want. So we'll go through. I don't know if we'll do all 30 conferences. We might just bounce around for teams that you want to make a pick for. But there are some that I want to change. We will also do a midweek recap. And of course, the weekend series pick'em contest. We're going to make our picks there. I don't want to know the standings. I know I'm pretty far down. I got to stop with the contrarian picks and talking myself into teams that I want to see win. That ain't happening. I might be below 500. But anyways, Jack's here with us. Dimitri is here as well. I believe our friend Mr. Orlando himself, Noah Beanick, will be showing up possibly at the end of the episode. He's still at Disney World with his family, rocking the Mickey
Aww,
Mouse ears. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mickey
But
Mouse.
he was working down there. He was at the UCF game against Florida and even did a pencil talk interview for Jack.
Fantastic pencil talk correspondent debut for Mr. Bieniek.
Hey, question. What's your favorite ride at Disney World, gentlemen?
I haven't been since the year 2000 when I was 5
That
years
means
old.
that means you know exactly which one is the best one.
I think
That's
it's
when it matters
cool.
most. That's when the magic happens.
I know there was one ride that I liked. It had, I think there was pirates involved. I really don't remember much.
Mine is the small world.
Is that the teacups?
Yeah.
It's the small, small, small world.
Oh, that might have to be a part of our intro.
God,
song.
I'm so bad at
Small
singing,
world.
dude. I'm so bad at it.
I love that. That was very wholesome of you. I think that was the most pure moment listeners are going to have to be able to embrace you by moving forward. That was beautiful.
I'm going to be a heartfelt, kind person on this podcast going forward. Sometimes I get a little aggressive, a little blurty. I just need to be a giving person.
No, dude, just keep being you. We need you. We need the Stephen A. Smith of the show to
Yeah,
do
that'd
his
be
magic.
terrible for views.
Yeah. Sorry that this episode is coming out Friday morning instead of Thursday morning. I got really sleepy yesterday. I was up early. Shout out to little Brooks, turning 3 years old next week. He had to get tubes put in his ears. So I was up at 5 a.m. making sure that little small surgery went well, and it did. He's already feeling 10 times better. That's why that was pushed back one day. But
Hey,
anyways, wanted to
speaking of tubes in
apologize for being late.
people always ask me, they're like, why do you have tubes in your ears? I'm like, these are not tubes, dude. Do you know what tubes in your ears are? Brooks knows now. So me and Brooks, we're good friends now.
You had
Brooks
to get tubes?
understands. No, people always ask me, what are those tubes in your ears? I'm like, they're not tubes. Why does everything take so long for you to understand sometimes?
Dude, I don't know. I'm running on pure adrenaline right now. And the adrenaline stems from the midweek. I watched a ton of midweek baseball at night. Couldn't do much during the day, but we had some surprising upsets, and then I would say some teams that took care of business. And obviously midweeks don't matter too much, but they do in a way. Like they do add up over time and help or hurt your RPI. So maybe you're a fringe hosting team and you lose a midweek to, I don't know, let's say UTSA. You might not, like, you might be 18th in the RPI instead of 16th. And that's what happened to Texas A&M. Another just, I wouldn't say this was a shocking loss because UTSA is a good program. Like Pat Hallmark does a hell of a job with those boys, and they don't have the nicest facilities, but they embrace that. UTSA, they get a bunch of guys that like probably overlooked a little bit out of high school, or at least this is the way that they used to do it. Now with the transfer portal, who knows? But they just get those dirtbag type players and play a hard nosed baseball. And those type of players usually show up in the midweeks. And they beat A&M pretty good, pretty handedly.
Yeah.
So
do we want to do
They took
do we
care of
want to do our
business.
A&M talk now? I don't want to do it. Yeah. What do you guys think? Because you're right, Ben. It was a pretty.
We did a Sunday night. I don't want to badger those guys. I don't want to.
I think Dimitri's Wi-Fi is out.
I was going to say he's
Oh,
glitching.
we here.
Dimitri, hop out real quick. Are you good?
We're here.
Okay, I lost you too.
Are we not here?
All right, we're good. We're good. Gucci, Jack, let's have a little Texas A&M talk now.
Ben, hold
Let's
time
do it.
out. We pounded sand with them on Sunday night. We had our Texas A&M talk. Jack can say his part because he wasn't here, but I don't want to get into it.
All right, that's fair.
Well, I listened, and I do agree with pretty much everything you said. But I do think the plot thickens every time a game doesn't go their way. Like reading Texas A&M Twitter, and one of my best friends in the world, my cousin, is a diehard Aggie baseball fan. So we have a lot of logical conversations about this team. It sounds like I saw Kendall Rogers tweet out, getting Caden Sorrell back for that Alabama season, looks like that's the timeline, is going to change the face. I would like to request A&M fans to take one big, deep breath. I'll tell you this. If the pitching looked bad right now, and this is where I really agree with you guys, if the pitching looked bad, it'd be time to hit the panic button. But if the number one pick in the draft, I told you a month in, was hitting 220 and was a big-time struggle bus, that guy wins games by himself, right? You're just waiting for that one piece to click, and everyone's going to fall in line. So I have three pieces, and I've got three takes on the Texas A&M baseball team. This is on behalf of my best friend and cousin Kale. This is big 3 games against the Aggies and the Aggies. They got New Mexico State this weekend. So, gentlemen, I've got a little bit of a variation on the guarantee. Are you guys cool with this?
I'm in.
This is going to be the Garen shave, I think. I'm rocking a serious Jackie Moon afro right now. And I saw some of the boys buzz the heads to try to warm the bats up a little bit. They needed some mojo. See, you say deuces with the hair. Hayden Schott says, gentlemen, I've done this before. I've been here. It's time to flip the tides. I am saying that if they don't win the series against the Aggies, I will shave my head.
Wait,
almost saying,
timeout. You said win the series versus the Aggies. Are you saying New Mexico State Aggies? Okay, I'm sorry.
This is Aggies and the Aggies. This is the Aggies and the Aggies. They got it. You got to win the series against New Mexico State. The bats have not been good. They've actually been wildly below average. I think they wake up. This is still the same pieces, right? They lose a Golden Spikes potential guy in Gavin Grahovic. There are not a lot of teams in the country that would be able to withstand that when that guy drops out. Luckily, you've got a Wyatt Hensler and a Gavin Cash, and I'm just waiting for these guys to get things rolling. My second big opinion on this is I think this fan base is not used to having a basketball team that's worth a damn. I think that's the one piece that you guys missed the other week, and I wanted to add. This is not Bluebell that we've seen it quite yet because their basketball team's winning. They're still inside. We got to cut that crap out. I know it's March, and I know your basketball team's got a chance to get to a Sweet 16. The more people in Bluebell, the better the offenses will be. We've had bad weather in the state of Texas. Michael Early, if you're listening, I am shaving a series win this weekend. I'm damn near ready to do it for a sweep. Folks, the Aggies are going to be okay. They take care of business against the Aggies this weekend. The Garen shave is officially on the line.
Yeah, if the Aggies don't win the series this weekend, I'll shave my head too.
Okay. There. Should I do that?
I didn't specify which Aggies.
Shaving my head too.
Texas A&M wins the series. Garen shave.
I swear to God, we might burn Olsen. We might burn Bluebell to the ground if they don't win the series.
They're going to sweep New Mexico State.
I know.
And you have to sweep New Mexico State. Jack, if they don't sweep, you got to shave that mustache.
If they don't, okay. If they don't win the series, I shave the head and the stash. If they don't sweep, I'll shave the stash.
I love it. Okay.
But you know what?
Aggie baseball.
But I don't know why are we freaking out?
Because Aggie fans are nuts right
Sub 500 Texas A&M wins the series. And Texas A&M team wins the series. Like, I'm not worried even the slightest bit about this team. I'm just worried that they're going to get buried too deep, and it's going to they're going to have to claw their way out of the hole to make a postseason appearance.
Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about.
That's what I think. That's the overwhelming kind of like echo in Texas A&M baseball right now. Yeah, Michael Early was the OG 11.7 interview, right? This was the guy that kicked things off with Ben. And we were obviously going around for it. This is 1-1. I'm not willing to put my arms around him. I'm all in. And I just think everybody needs to breathe. I need to see more fans back in Bluebell. So I need the basketball team to hurry up and lose. And I need Brett Lindbog in my life. And I need some smiling Mike Early in my life. It's going to happen. I'm all about it. The shave and the stash, all on board for the weekend.
Love it. Good deal. Well, let's not spend too much time talking about Texas A&M. Let's quickly go over the rest of the midweek because the rest of this episode might take a little longer. Alabama beats Troy. Alabama stays undefeated. Big win for them. I guess it was technically an upset because of the rankings, but honestly, home team is going to win that game, I think, majority of the time. It was at Tuscaloosa. They defended their home ground. Fun game to watch, though. Ole Miss eliminates one of our undefeated teams, Murray State, in kind of a shocking fashion. Murray State was winning that game the whole time. They had all the momentum, and then 2 outs in the 9th inning, things got a little dicey. And I believe it was Will Furness hits the walk, or sorry, he hits the game tying double with 2 strikes and 2 outs to tie the game up. And they throw the winning run out at home, right?
Was is it the son of the Louisiana Monroe's head coach? Delmonico? No, what's it?
I think Mike Silva is the coach there now, if I'm not mistaken.
No. What's his name? Delmonico. What's his name?
Federico
hit the walk-off.
Yeah,
Hated Federico.
Oh, Federico. Okay, I was talking about Will Furness's game-tying double.
Oh, okay. Okay. But his dad is the head coach of Louisiana Monroe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then UAB, big win. Great start of the season for the Blazers. Pretty good crowd against Auburn at, I forget the name of it, but it's the Birmingham Barons Stadium they played at. Yeah. And so good win for UAB. They're kind of rolling 9-2, I think, or 10-2, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then Dimitri, I'll let you celebrate here. Mississippi State just put a whooping on Southern Miss. 18-3, never even close.
What? This bit, I'm over this bit. The bit is over. The bit is dead. Bury it under P. Taylor Park. I don't care where you bury the bit. The bit is over. I was always a Southern Miss fan. It happened. Midweeks don't matter for good team. For consistently postseason, regional, super regional teams, midweeks don't matter. For Southern Miss, they're more worried about weekend series. Mississippi State and Lamonas, they need these midweek wins.
Dude, you're crazy if you think that midweek against Mississippi State doesn't matter to Southern Miss.
Southern Miss don't matter. They got bigger and better things to worry about.
No, they don't. That is the bigger and better thing they worry about.
Nah. They don't. Hey, Mississippi State, you can have your one win. We'll split the series. You guys can watch it from your couch this season when we're hosting a regional. That's the way I see it from Southern Miss. Come hang out in P. Taylor Park. If you want to transfer here, you go ahead because we play in regionals in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
What a heel turn there for you, Dimitri.
I was going to say one more thing about the midweek. My only thing about the midweek that was kind of cool. I threw a bullpen Tuesday at University of San Diego. Gentlemen, let me tell you, the most beautiful campus I've ever seen in the United States of America is the University of San Diego. Guys, that campus, I did a little research. It is the second year it's been voted the #1 most beautiful campus in the United States by the Princeton Review. The University of San Diego, They hosted Irvine that night, got blown out by Irvine. I was just gonna shout out Big West. Irvine and Santa Barbara both blew out good teams Tuesday night. So yeah. But anyway, University of San Diego, gorgeous campus. Anybody and everybody, if you're ever in the area, go check out that ballpark and that campus.
Oh yeah, no, that's sick. How did your bullpen go? I forgot to ask you.
Spin rate was great. That was about it.
Love it, spinning the ball, baby.
No, it was my first pen of the year. Velo was horse shit, but it is what it is. So, but shout out to Nico Libed. He called my bullpen. He's been catching games for them this year. So shout out USD. Thank you to them.
Yeah, Coach Holland hooked you up. He's the man. Talk to Coach Holland on a regular basis. He's awesome. There's two more midweek points I want to just briefly run by. UCF, great home field, great home atmosphere. Over 4,000 people for the Florida game, and like that was one of the most predictable midweek. If you want to call it an upset, you can. But how many times have we seen Florida just after burning all their pitching in the weekend, solely, hey, we're gonna lose some midweeks to some Florida teams this year, especially on the road. It's just gonna happen.
Can we
It's
change the
kind of
stigma?
what has happened the last 5 or 6 years.
Can we change the stigma? UCF is not just some school. They are a Big 12 Power 4 baseball program. Like they're not a Jacksonville anymore. They're not a South Florida anymore. They are a Power 4 big time program. That's like Oklahoma State going into Condren Ballpark and playing Florida. UCF is a Power 4 program. So like this isn't like an upset in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Okay. I was mostly saying Florida is going to lose some midweeks to in-state opponents this year. It's just going to happen. They do it. They actually, I don't think, care about midweeks because they're mostly focused on the weekends.
Hey
But
guys,
the crowd was fun, and Noah was there, and that was cool to see.
do we love UCF putting names on the back of the jerseys or what?
I'm indifferent. I don't care.
Oh, I think it's sick. I think it is such a good look. They have their pinstripes on with the UCF little front chest logo with the big old nameplates on the back. If the more college baseball does it, I think the more fans will be able to recognize players, recognize who they are, remember who they are. I think it would really improve fandom over individual players and stuff like that because it's hard to remember who all these guys are when you're following so many teams. But if you see a nameplate on the back of them, it's like, I remember that guy or I know him kind of thing.
I like that take.
Yeah, that's a good take, Dimitri.
Round of applause. Hey, Ben, I got a name that I'd like to shout out before we move on. Are we cool with that?
Yeah.
The name is James Quinn Irons, folks. If you didn't hear me blast about him all season long, the likes of Pat McAfee and ESPN did as well. When the George Mason Patriots broke an NCAA record in the midweek, you didn't think we were going to go this whole segment not bring it up. 23 runs in one inning. James Quinn Iron 3 for 5 that game. He's top 5 in hitting right now, top 5 in bombs. He looks like Aaron Judge, but he's wearing the best jersey known to man. That's right, the green pennies in Fairfax, Virginia. But gentlemen, 23 runs in an inning and not one homer. Yeah, welcome to Sean Camp baseball, baby. Get them on, get them over.
Do they bunt nonstop?
Oh, dude, they are when they made the regional against Wake and Maryland and Northeastern, they bunt 1 through 9. They steal 1 through 9. They are fearless. Yeah, get them on, get them over, get them in.
Print the shirts, baby.
Electric.
Print the shirts.
Shirt.
23 in one inning is tough, man. I don't think that's fun for anybody.
It's
though,
absurd.
right?
It's absurd. It's
Yeah,
absurd.
no, that's not fun.
Dimitri, you got to get your Wi-Fi fixed, buddy. You're cutting out every time.
Is the audio at least good?
No, not really. But just hop out for 2 minutes, reset, and come back in. It's funny to see your mouth frozen.
We're going Ethernet cable.
Go Ethernet, baby. We're going live here. Jack, first pitch of the game, he's going Ethernet.
Here's the deal, Ben. We shook to the crappy 3G service. We went back to the mound. And the mound visit said, guys, the young man that threw a pen at San Diego's got to make an adjustment because this is the epitome of brutality.
He was getting cute with the Wi-Fi earlier. You really just need to settle down, buckle in, go straight to the Ethernet. Don't use your best stuff right
But
now.
just know your fastball, Ben. I think at the end of the day is what I'm trying to say is know your fastball. Ben, what's the craziest thing you ever heard out of mound visit?
So a lot. I can't think of anything, but I have a good Wayne Graham story
I
about
love
a mound
that.
visit.
Yeah.
This was told through, I believe it was Mike Ojala, former Rice pitcher there from the hometown in Kingwood. He said that one time Wayne Graham walked to his cross necklace on, and Wayne Graham grabbed it and said, "Are you praying to God to throw strikes? Because it ain't working." And he pulled him from the game right away. Like, it was like 10 pitches into his outing.
That's
9
tough.
balls. Yeah,
No.
dude. Shout out Wayne Graham. Rest in peace. In peace. R.I.P. in peace.
R.I.P. in peace.
Stop doing that. It bothers me too.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, dude. You got great Wi-Fi now.
Yeah,
Shout out
welcome back.
Ethernet.
Oh, hey, who?
Those are the small adjustments we need to win right there.
2 more midweeks. We cannot forget, and I'm going to say them now before we forget. Dallas Baptist, belt to ass against the previously undefeated Oklahoma Sooner. Shout out to the Dallas Bombers. They are back. We moved them out of number 1 in the mid-major ranking, and they showed up in a big-time way. So shout out to them. And shout out to the undefeated North Carolina Tar Heels. Guys,
Taking care of business.
Machine right now, a well-oiled machine. Defensively, pitching, hitting, relay, everything. They're just a well-oiled machine, and I really like what I see from them.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. And that might be my national champion pick if I had to make one right now. Big fan of, I think North Carolina, Tennessee, and a few others are like in a tier of their own, but I don't know. We'll save it for a different episode. All right, let's do, Dimitri, pull up that graphic of what our preseason conference champion picks look like and see if we want to make a change or if we just want to take, like, I don't know, I can make my picks, then Jack can make his picks, and then you can make yours. How do you guys want to do it?
Just go get conference by conference like we always do.
All right, conference by conference. ACC, I have Virginia, Dimitri, North Carolina, Jack, Duke. Jack, would you like to switch?
Yeah, I probably will. I think the boys in blue are going to be just okay. But if we're talking regular season championship, I'd like to make a change. I believe I pandered, and I did take Clemson in my Omaha 8. So I'm going to take Clemson as my re-round. They look really good. I wasn't really surprised. We just talked about winning the ACC regular season championship, a lot like winning the SEC championship. Like who cares type deal. And I think Clemson does. So give me the Tigers.
Hey, by the way, we're going to do a new little point system. If you originally pick the team and you get it right, you get plus 2 points.
I like that.
If you change the pick and you get it right, you get plus 1.
I like that.
Great idea. Your brain is clicking today, D. I love it.
My bad.
All right. I'm going to stick with Virginia. Look, I think North Carolina and Clemson are probably a better pick right now than Virginia, but the Cavaliers are going to figure it out at some point. Like they're not in the A&M territory of very disappointing, but they're pretty close. Like their offense finally kicked it up a notch the last 4 or 5 games, but still was not impressed the first few weeks. So I'll stick with the Cavs, even though my brain says North Carolina, my heart says Clemson. I'm going to just stick with Virginia. I want those 2 points, baby.
All right.
All right. American Athletic Conference. I have East Carolina, Dimitri, Tulane, Jack, East Carolina. This one's interesting. I might want to make a switch. I'm still deciding. You guys go ahead. Do you guys want to make a switch? Nope, you're staying?
I'm going to sit on it. Tulane's a fun one. I'm going to sit on ECU and the jungle. But it is funny to think back at those preseason odds and how juicy the two teams at the top of the conference are right now.
Yep, it's the odds have slimmed down quite a bit. I'm
Wait,
sure.
do you guys have the odds pulled up in front of you?
They don't have active because I looked before to study a little bit. They don't have active conference winner lines right now.
It's
But if you remember at the beginning of the season, EC was minus 250 in this
Were they
conference.
really?
UAB, UTSA were at the top. Yeah, they were minus 250. It was heads favorite.
DraftKings does have updated odds as of right now. East Carolina minus 150, Tulane plus 275, Wichita State plus 800, South Florida plus 1,000, UTSA plus 1,500, Charlotte plus 1,800.
That's cool.
The
Florida Atlantic. So the team that I was considering was Florida Atlantic. They're still 20-1.
What about UAB? You haven't even said UAB
UAB plus 4,000, Rice plus 3,000, Memphis plus 4,500. We have Memphis in the mid-major top 25. They've looked good so far. This is just that's so wrong.
The American Athletic looks deeper than it has ever been in the last 5 years. I know it's early. Half these teams are going to look terrible by the end of the year. But, I mean, UAB has shown a ceiling high enough to buy in a little bit. Say, like, okay, this team is for real. This isn't some cakewalk 13-0 schedule. FAU has played some tough competition. UTSA, I mean, we talked about it. We'll find out more about them. I mean, yeah, this is top to South Florida, guys. South Florida, nobody's really talking about. Kind of talking about they lost that series to UCF in an ugly way, but this top to bottom, the deepest the AAC has ever been in the last couple of years.
If it wasn't for Rice just being terrible, which hurts my heart.
Wichita looks bad, which is disappointing.
Yeah, they'll be better though. I don't know. I still believe. I'm going to stick with East Carolina because I think this is all a trap. I think the people in Vegas are time travelers, and like they know, like, oh, dude, if we put UAB at 40-1 and Memphis at 45 and UTSA at 15-1, people are going to bet it. It's East Carolina's conference until it's proven otherwise. And dude, they haven't looked that bad. They looked bad opening weekend, but it was against a much better George Mason team than we expected. So, than I expected. Not you, Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, check yourself.
Anyways, I'll stick with East Carolina.
Hey,
next.
One more question. I have a question for you guys. Does look bad and less talented, does that ring a bell in your head? Like, that means two different things for you guys? I think East Carolina just looks less talented than we're used to seeing them, but I don't think they look bad.
That's a good. Okay. I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
It's less talented. They don't actually look bad where they're fumbling the ball around, walking a bunch of guys. They don't look bad. They are just not as talented as we're used to seeing.
Can I ask you this too? Because the first time I really sat down and watched them was that opening weekend against George Mason. Do you think it's less of a name game too? Like usually every year they roll out 2 or 3 guys that it's like they play the name game well, where you're like, oh, preseason All-American, first team All-Selection. Like they don't really have that this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt. Anybody want to change from the American East? We all three picked the same team, the Bryant Bulldogs.
Fun fact, nobody has a winning record in the American East right now.
Fun fact.
They've all had to come down south and play. That's why.
Nobody has the overall winning record.
I'm not changing because I don't know who to change to.
Fun fact, the only reason that Bryant doesn't have a winning record is because they have a tie on their schedule. And that's pretty funny. 4-5-1.
And they're the only team that has one. Big brain, you pick the team that looks different. It stands out from the rest.
Oh, hey, big brain, you take the guy who's got the same last name as you. Luke DeLongchamp, Friday nights for the Bryant Bulldogs. What's up, cousin?
You guys don't even spell it the same, dude. What are you talking about?
Yes, it's okay. He's a DeLongchamp. I'm a DeLongchamp. Stop.
All right. America East got enough attention.
Shout out to
All right. The A-Sun. Does anybody want to switch from the A-Sun? Me and Jack picked Austin P. Dimitri picked Stetson. What are we thinking here, boys?
You out of your damn mind you think I'm changing with those 2 Mountain Dew bottles sitting right there.
Yeah, I'm not changing. Austin P's really turned a corner, though, since that opening weekend. Really, the opening 2 days. Where, I mean, since then, they've been playing really well.
Clarification. Overall record or conference record?
We said it.
It's conference record.
Conference record.
Conference record.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, the A10. So me and Dimitri both picked VCU. Jack picked George Mason.
Yes,
Dude,
switch it up.
honestly, I'll make a switch.
Yeah.
I think
think so.
Richmond. I think Richmond has looked really good this year. They're 10-2, and they have a win over North Carolina State. They have a win against Boston College. I think they're playing really well. So give me, switch it from VCU to Richmond. Give me the Spiders.
God.
Dimitri, come to the good side. Come on. Let those pen and pencil talk
Yo,
love.
I don't want
Love
to
the
ditch.
rivalry.
I don't want to ditch the Commonwealth Rams when they're at the bottom.
They
It's easy
should.
to ditch. It's easy to ditch somebody when they're at the bottom. It's easy to break up to leave somebody when they're at the bottom. A man full of integrity and good character does not do that. But you know what? I don't give a shit about integrity and character right now. I am here to pick winners. Winners is all that matters. And give me the George Mason Patriots, baby.
Grab the helmet. Let's go. Welcome to the good side. Hum, babe. Hum, babe. Welcome to it. Pen and pencil talk, haters and lovers. This rivalry has been fused for just 20 minutes. Hum, babe, Riz God.
No. The Mountain Dew 40 hands is still on deck.
You just said for 20 minutes. All right, it's over. Screw you. Go Pats. Let's go. All right.
All right, let's talk Big 12. Big 12, I have Arizona State. Dimitri, you got to make them. What?
Rewind back to the A10 real quick. Guys, are we familiar with Michael Saline and the same Bonaventure Bonnies yet?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy that throws 100, you said?
Yeah.
Bro, he throws 101. Go watch the video. I think Doyle, what's his name? Doyle? God, dude, I'm so bad with names.
Joe Doyle?
Joe Doyle. He tweeted out a video, a nice little highlight clip. I have on our draft ranking, I'm gonna have a video out of him, guys. He is electric. He reminds me of Brody Breck from Iowa. Just that.
You know who his next start is against?
What?
You know who he's pitching today? Technically Friday.
Oh,
do you know
Friday.
Do you know who he's pitching against?
No. Who did the Bonnies play today?
Tennessee, baby.
Oh, nice.
Guys, I knew I wanted to see this guy, Tennessee fan. He's not going to go 9 innings. It's just not going to happen. This dude is going to give you a taste of what your pitching staff looks like to other teams.
Hey, give me
Liam Doyle looks like the other team. What?
Give us a prediction here. What's he going against Tennessee?
Let's put a bow on it. Let's do an Uber Eats bet. Let's do a strikeout bet or something.
Should we close Omaha tomorrow night or tonight?
I don't have anything going on. Sure.
I think I've got a broadcast, but early. We could do a late night one.
They don't play. They play 6:30. What time do you broadcast?
4.
Oh, maybe we can sprinkle in a little.
We got to get this thing rolling. We got to get this thing rolling. But I do like an Uber Eats bet on this wager. What would you like?
I mean, no, Tennessee's going to win. I just don't think the
Bonnies. It's just a strikeout number. Like you want to do
over 4.5, 5.5.
I mean,
all right, 6.5. 6.5 line.
Okay, Uber Eats. All right.
Michael Salina over 6.5 strikeout.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, and he just went from 4.5 to 6.5 without you even like mentioning anything.
Easy. I bought my 2 strikeouts with ease. And by the way, Dimitri, if he gets 7 in the first time through the lineup, I'll Uber Eats Red Lobster. I'll get you lobster on the
lobster.
Hey, Tennessee fan, please sit down and watch this guy pitch against your own lineup. You're going to learn a lot about how they can handle velo, and you're going to also see how other teams feel facing your own pitching staff, to be honest. In all these Chase Burns, whatever. This guy throws the gas. He reminds me of Brody Breck. Super unpolished, but he knows how to sling it. So I am excited for that. Totally forgot about that game.
Heck yeah. No, I love that. We found that little nugget in the middle of the show. Good for us. That's what we do best. Anyways, Big 12. We got to get through these pretty quickly because we're 34 minutes in.
We'll go fast.
All right, Big 12. I'm not making a switch. I'm sticking with my Sun Devils. Dimitri, you have to make a switch from Texas Tech. And then, Jack, I'm pretty sure you're going to stay with TCU, I'm assuming.
Let it ride.
Gentlemen, do I just wear this one right here on the chin? Just a bad pick and don't change it?
No, you got to change it, dude. This is
You
why we
got to
play
change
the game.
it, dude.
They are literally worse. They are literally last in the Big 12.
Yeah, so make your change, dude. There's some fun
All
ones.
right, all right. I'm making a
I
change.
could probably talk you into staying. They don't have a bad loss this year. I mean, their worst loss was a Sunday in Vegas against Washington,
Yeah,
and
but
it was
the Big
8-12.
The Big 12 is too deep to have no bad losses. We just can't do that. The Big
Right.
12 is too deep for that. I'll give you my 3 picks and then I'll make one. Love the Sun Devil. West Virginia's undefeated. That's the chalky pick. West Virginia's going to be great this year. I'm not picking the Mountaineers. Arizona Sun Devils look great. The Wildcats look great. The state of Arizona looks great. And UCF nice. I'm going to go with one of those 3. Ben, you have Arizona State, so let's fade the what do they call it? Fade the what?
Fade the facility.
Such a good phrase. Give me the Arizona Wildcats. Give me Arizona.
Bro, how are you not going to mention Oklahoma State or Kansas State there?
Or Kansas with Rock Chalk.
Oklahoma State lost to Winthrop. I'm out.
On a midweek.
I don't matter. I'm out. I've seen enough.
Bro, they're uber talented. Okay.
No, of course they're super talented. I'm just being funny. I don't want to pick Oklahoma State. It's not a fun pick for me.
Yep. All right. I'm making a switch in the Big South. I have Upstate. Dimitri has Upstate. I'm switching to Jack's pick, High Point. I saw enough. They beat my Mercer Bears on the road. So, well, they split with them 1-1. But I think High Point's the real deal. Give me the Panthers.
I'm sticking with my Upstate Spartan, baby. Give me the Sweeney brother.
Winthrop is a tempting pick, too.
Hey, shout out to the guys at the top of the conference, though. Former alumni.
Charleston Southern. Yep.
Great start.
Yep. They got a lot better once they kicked you off the team.
Well, I got to tell you, it didn't make much of a difference. I watched them play quite a bit for 4 years. I did get kicked out the door, though.
All right, Big Ten. I'm making a switch. I have Maryland.
Hey, what happened to the Big East?
Oh, we missed the Big East. I'm so sorry. Big East. I have UConn, Dimitri Xavier, Jack UConn. I'm going to UConn's got to turn it on at some point, right? Like they've challenged themselves too much. I'll stick with UConn, even though I think Xavier's the best pick here. I'll stick with UConn. Dimitri, you sticking with Xavier? Good. Jack, you sticking with UConn or are you going? Do you have UConn in freaking Omaha, dude?
I have UConn in Omaha, and I could not love this start anymore. They're 2-7, all 7 losses to, I think, pretty good teams outside of Missouri, who I don't think is maybe necessarily the best team. But FAU, those losses are looking a whole lot better. A win against Vanderbilt in their last one. This is a what have you done for me league. All I see is 1-0 against a top 15 team for UConn. I'm all in. But I will tell you, Dimitri, if you wanted to pander off your pick a little bit, I saw Creighton last weekend. Creighton is good. Creighton is going to make the NCAA tournament this year. Mark my words. They are going to be a fun storyline with a coach in their last season. Creighton is going to play in the NCAA tournament this year. They are fun. They play.
They did have a good weekend against Charleston.
They looked, dude, professional at bats 1 through 9. They are a really fun team. They've got 2 of their starters out right now. So we saw 2 freshmen, one of which on Sundays up to 93 with great stuff. I was very impressed with Creighton. I think this is a 2-bid league this year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Change my pick. I want Creighton.
Yeah.
Jack talked me into it.
Do it. I'm going to stick on UConn because I do have them in Omaha, and I do think that this is a perfect UConn start where everyone's like, they stink. And then in June, we're going to be like, how the hell did UConn get to a super? But Creighton is going to make the NCAA tournament this year. I'm telling you right now.
Are you sticking with UConn, though? You're hyping up Creighton? What's going on here?
I'm sitting on UConn because they're going to go to Omaha, but I do like Creighton a lot as well.
Oh, got it. I respect it. Love it.
Yeah. Sit on my – I'm going for that double points that you mentioned.
We need a 3-bid. We need a 3-bid Big East.
Yeah,
That
like
would be huge. And shout out to Xavier with the number 2 RPI. That's a win right there.
so sick.
All right, Big Ten. Sorry, I jumped ahead earlier. I am making a pick. I had Maryland. Dimitri has Oregon. Jack has Indiana. I'm switching to the Gophers, baby. I think what Minnesota is doing is so off the radar that I want to be the first one that picked up on their success. And I did it 2 weeks ago. I watched every pitch from the Arizona State series. I watched all of the Sunday's game against University of Houston, and I've watched their midweeks. Minnesota, let me just read their schedule real fast, and I promise I'll be quick. They lose 2 out of 3 to Houston. They have a 2-run loss on Saturday, which I believe Houston scored late to win it. And then they have a 1-run loss at Houston opening weekend. Houston's been practicing all year. Minnesota's been indoors all year. So, okay, you can live with losing 2 out of 3 to a good Houston team. Then they take Oklahoma, 1-run loss on Friday night, 2-run loss to Virginia on Saturday, and then spank Oregon State on Sunday, 10-4. Then they go and win 2 out of 3 at Arizona State, and then just demolish Milwaukee in the midweek at US Bank Stadium inside the dome.
Can I add one thing about the Arizona State Sunday game? They were one swing away from sweeping.
Yeah, they had the winning run on second base. They almost swept Arizona State. So I think McDevitt, their coach Ty McDevitt, I think this is going to be such a wild take, but I think he has very similar demeanor and a very similar attitude. I watched an interview with him today with Coach Beatty, who does the Blue Book, college baseball Blue Book, Tyler Beatty's dad. Coach McDevitt reminds me so much of Tony Vitello. They almost look the same. They talk the same. They have the same demeanor. He will be an SEC coach one day, very soon, I think, especially if they have a lot of success this year.
I mean,
What Minnesota's building is very impressive. So give me the Gophers.
I love the pick, though. I love the pick. I'm sticking with the Ducks. I mean, I just see absolutely zero reason to change that. But hey, I think UCLA might be back. I think Savage might have the Bruins back. They have looked really good. Ben was the first to tell me to keep an eye on them and say, hey, these guys are good again. They're back. UCLA has some work to do to really convince me, but I think UCLA and USC are going to finish top 5 for sure in the Big Ten this year.
Well, touching on UCLA, it was just a mathematical thing with the recruiting classes. Like the recruiting classes every year, just unbelievable. And I know they had a couple bad recruiting classes where guys left or got drafted that they weren't expecting to go. And so it took a couple years to reset, but they're back on board. UCLA is a damn good team.
Yeah.
Jack, you sticking with Indiana or what?
I am not. And before the injury to Mason McConaughey, after what I saw from Nebraska, I was totally going to jump on Big Red Nation, that bandwagon. But I think that's a big loss to them on the weekend. I think they're going to be really good this year, but I don't think they're going to have enough horses on the weekend. I do want to shout out Coach Hare in Ohio State. They're sitting there at 2-8 in the cellar right now. But going into Big Ten play, I do think it'd be such a fun, frisky pick. Friends, they're 2-8, and 6 of their losses have come in the 9th inning, or excuse me, from the 8th inning and on, and have been like less than 1 or 2 runs. I don't know if they have enough bullpen arms to do it this year, but like they are going to be in every single game they play in the Big Ten this year. No questions asked. But you just kind of previewed my pick, so I'll keep it short. Give me UCLA. I've seen everything I need to say. I don't think the travel schedule is going to be a problem. I actually think it's going to play to their advantage to have teams having to come play out west. So give me the Bruins. I like it.
I think UCLA is going to struggle at Maryland this weekend, but I think it's not going to be one of those, oh my God, they're terrible, like I'm out. It's going to be more of a just make it through the weekend with a bunch of positive, stay healthy, don't get hurt in that cold weather, and just get through the weekend. And I think UCLA, that's my motto for you. Obviously, you try to win the series. You always try to win the series. Anyway.
Hey, one more thing about the Big Ten. I have a prediction. Michigan State will not lose on Friday nights as long as Joseph I can't pronounce his last name. Zwerwa is pitching.
The lefty, right? The lefty.
He really is unbelievable. I caught myself watching synergy video of him just like raw footage, and he's going to be a first-round pick. Incredible stuff. I don't think he's given up a run this year yet. Let me look real fast.
I think Azad has him ranked. He updated his draft prospect rankings. He went from unranked to like top 75 maybe.
So he's gone 6 innings, 1 hit, 7 innings, 1 hit, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 11 strikeouts his first time, 12 strikeouts his second appearance, 10 strikeouts his third appearance. He's given up 1 run. It was a home run against Harvard, and it was at Greenville, which we know Greenville's field is tiny and just a hitter's paradise. So he's gone 19 innings, 33 strikeouts, 1 run. And it was a home run. They will not lose on Fridays when he's pitching.
Hey, almost as good as our little boy Liam O'Brien from Hawaii.
Wow.
He's gone like 20 innings, 1 hit.
Zerwa is better because he's also 6'8".
Yeah.
He's Randy Johnson 2.0.
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on. Big West. I have UC Santa Barbara. You two idiots have Irvine. Santa Barbara is the pick. They run this conference. I know Irvine's probably a flashier pick. Hawaii is even shinier of a pick, which I'm tempted staying far away from Hawaii because I know that if I switch it to Hawaii, they win in a Big West series.
Nobody pick Hawaii. Nobody.
I will not. I will not pick Hawaii. I'm rooting for Hawaii. I will not pick them. I'm taking Santa Barbara, the Gauchos. That's their conference. Let them win.
I'm sticking with Irvine. I'm sticking with the Eater. But, fellas, let me tell you, if Hawaii wins every series on their schedule and wins the Big West, I will be the first to celebrate.
No, we're going to be the first to book flights, is what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be the first to book flights. I'm sticking on Irvine as well. Let's let it ride.
All right, the CAA. We all three picked College of Charleston. Does anybody want to make a switch?
I'm good. My heart lies in Chucktown, but it sounds like you do, Ron Burgundy, with the question mark at the end of your teleprompter.
I'm sticking with Charleston. I love UNCW, but I think Charleston figures it out. They got humbled by Creighton.
All kidding aside, make the CAA a 2-bid league. These two teams are worthy to both get into the tournament this year. Wilmington looks fantastic early.
Mm-hmm. They do. And like Thatch hasn't even gone crazy yet.
Hasn't played well yet. Like I think there's a little bit of pressure there, but it's cool to see the rest of the lineup, which never a doubt has kind of been able to pick up the slack around them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, move along.
All right, Conference USA, we all three have Dallas Baptist. Does anybody want to switch?
Wagons.
Nope.
Cool. Horizon League. So me and Dimitri have Wright State, and Jack has Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky,
only team
over. We're sticking on it. Northern Kentucky, only team over 500 in the Horizon so far.
Ooh. Sounds great. Go Raiders.
Ivy League. Dimitri and myself have Columbia. Jack has Penn. Too early to tell for me. They as a conference, they've only won 7, 8, 9. They've only won 9 games. They're like 9-34. As a conference.
Columbia, my God, they lost 20-11 to Oregon, lost 35-1 to Oregon, lost 8-3, and then lost 7-0 to Oregon. Talk about a run differential.
Yeah, but look what the Ivy's gone. Penn went and played Florida State, went and played Troy. Ivy went and challenged themselves in the non-con, baby.
Of course they will. All right, no changes.
I might switch Ivy League. Who was it? Who was it that beat Duke? Was it Cornell?
Cornell, Big Red. They went into Durham.
Give me Cornell. They got a big win. Shout out to Cornell. I don't know a single thing about that conference. They start a week later, so I don't do research on them.
Well, if you remember too, Dartmouth went to Austin and played 2 one-run games on Friday, Saturday, and then lost 4-1 on Sunday. Then they went to Virginia, and it was a little bit of a shellacking. But like every Ivy team has just gone and played every top 25 team in the country so far.
Metro Atlantic, the MAAC, Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. I have Ryder, Dimitri Fairfield, Jack Canisius. What are we thinking, boys? I'm sticking with Ryder. Ryder is my pick. I'm sticking with him.
I'm sticking with the Stags.
Yeah, I'll ride with Canisius.
0-6 Canisius.
Yeah, we're gonna let it ride.
Give me
All right,
their mascot. Let's see how much you stick with them, how much you ride with them. Give me their mascot.
Aren't they like the not the Ligers, but there's something weird, right?
No, that was it, dude. They're the Ligers. Yeah,
No, they're like the Golden Eagles or something like that.
the Golden Griffins.
The Golden Griffins. Yeah, it's a Liger. Yeah, whatever. Sick. Let it ride.
If we're starting
That
our own
reminds me. That reminds me of on social media when they do the schedule reveals and they ask like random fans like, "What is this logo?" And they're like, Applebee's logo with the letter M."
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Anyway.
That was a low moment. It's late. I'm sorry. I actually knew that too.
They need to come out with alternate. Canisius needs alternate jerseys that just say Ligers across.
Wait, hold on. Or is Canisius going to be my Long Island of last year? Hey, Canisius, if you guys get like a pet liger, I will come and take care of it every day. I swear to God. I'm all in. Go Ligers.
Moving to the MAC. Me and Dimitri, Kent State, Jack, Ball State. What do we like?
Ball State Ballers. Let it ride. 8-5 already.
I'll take. I'll switch. I'll make a switch. I'll take. Give me. Yeah, give me Northern Illinois.
Not really sure where you're, but cool. I don't know why would you switch off Ball State. I mean, Kent State. They played on the road a lot. They have a win over East Carolina. They have a win over Indiana State.
They got swept by Mercer.
Okay, whatever. On the road, in the bandbox, whatever.
They actually played 3 really close games against Mercer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My MAC team doesn't get swept at Mercer.
Sticking with the sexiest uniforms in the Mid-American Conference.
Yeah.
All right, Missouri Valley Conference. I took Illinois State. I will be making a switch. Dimitri, Missouri State. Jack, Evansville. I'll tell you what, boys. I'm back on the Missouri State train. I think they're the best team.
Yeah.
I'm switching back to Missouri State. Early on, it was between Illinois State and Missouri State. I'm making a switch. I've seen enough. Give me the Bears.
Love it. Jackie Poo?
I'd like why I picked Evansville stricken from the record for forever, so I am going to switch my pick here. I too like Missouri State a lot. They've gone and played some really good ball clubs, and they just feel like a team where every time I turn on ESPN Plus, they're playing like in a really fun game. So that's kind of the reason I'm taking them, is like they've just been my go-to ESPN Plus team so far.
Murray State good so far, fellas.
Missouri State, they beat Sam Houston in our weekend series pick'em week 1. They played somebody good week 2, and they played them close.
No, they got swept by Mississippi State. Lost to Oral Roberts.
But they actually played pretty decent at Mississippi State.
Tying run got to the plate on Friday and on Sunday. Those were fun games. And then Oral Roberts, they went to extra innings. I watched that game as well.
Yep. 100% right.
Yeah.
All right, now we have the Mountain West. We all 3 picked Fresno State. What is the sexy pick here? Is it San Jose State?
The sexy pick here. No, because no. I think Fresno State is still the sexy pick.
Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't read too much into the non-conf in these.
Yeah. Schedules. I'm sticking with Murph Gray and the Fresno State Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Fresno State too.
Yeah, let's go clean sweep. Make sure they really don't win it. You know what I mean?
I found out something yesterday or today. Somebody told me Fresno State's basketball team, 3 guys got kicked off the team for betting on themselves. How crazy is that?
That's happening everywhere right now.
They were watching too much Gary V videos.
All
right. Northeast Conference. I took Wagner. You guys took the Sharks.
Oh, the best.
Could you guys potentially get me on board with the Sharks here or no?
Yeah, I'll do it. Don't even say anything.
With the shark. Don't get bitten. Swim with the Sharks, Ben. Just swim with the Sharks. Do you want to get bit by a shark or eaten by a shark, or do you want to go swimming with the Sharks? It's more fun to go swimming with the Sharks.
That's a great point. Yeah, give me Long Island.
Now we're talking.
Might as well ride with the boys. All right, Ohio Valley Conference. Dimitri and myself took SEMO, Jack, Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech looking really good this year. They're
Tennessee Tech got some juice, huh? They've got some big boppers, huh?
well, it's Matt Braga back in Cooksville, Tennessee, baby. Like he just wins baseball games there.
If Matt Braga can't win at Rice, is Rice forever dead?
Maybe. To be determined, but yeah, I don't see Rice ever coming back.
Don't say it like that. Maybe the 11.7 team will be the new coaches there. It'd be awesome.
Oh, I would love that. I'm going to stick with SEMO. I'm going to stick with what I know, and SEMO is what I know. So let me ride it. Let me ride it with you, Dimitri.
You know the daddy of the OVC until further notice.
Right. And it's just like for our next pick, Navy or for the Patriot League, Jack has Navy and we both have Army. The Patriot League is Armies.
Jack, you're fading the facility in these next two conferences.
No, sir, I'm a water bug. I ride with those that protect me at sea. Let's ride.
All right.
Now Army, so I'm not changing from Army, but they lost 2 out of 3 to Air Force. Not a great look. Even though Air Force is supposed to be much better this year, from what I hear. I'm staying Army. You guys changing anything?
Why
No.
would I be fading the facility here?
No, exactly.
But I'll tell you
All
what,
right.
Holy Cross is a fun pick here. I know they gave up the 23 burger to George Mason in the one inning, but if you remember, they had that win against Auburn in opening weekend. Like it's kind of a frisky pick as well.
Yeah, not
But
frisky
how
enough.
do you play Auburn tough all weekend and then the following weekend lose to George Washington? Like that doesn't make sense to me, man.
Well, Dimitri, I can explain it really quite simply. The A10, it just means more. It just means a little bit more in the A10.
They gave up 23 to George Mason, just like in one inning.
The A10 is devastating. It's a suffocating league, and it means a little.
That's why I'm on the Patriot train.
Yeah, you are, baby. Yeah, you are, Meter.
All right. The almighty SEC. Again, in my notes, preseason, I said, who cares? Let's go LSU, whatever. Literally word for word in my notes.
I think I'm going to stick with my Georgia pick. They are 15-1.
Dude. They've not looked great, though. Come on now.
They're 15-1. They're learning how to win the close game. I'll paint my narrative.
They don't have starting pitching. They bullpen every game. Well, I know Colton Smith should be coming back full healthy here either this week or next week. But
maybe Wes Johnson is playing 4D chess here. He doesn't want the SEC to have enough data on his starting pitching in the SEC. Maybe he hasn't unleashed the dragon yet.
If that's the case, then I tip a cap because I will never be able to play 4D chess with anybody. But people say that phrase a lot on social media, and I'm clueless. Look, who cares who wins the SEC regular season? But at the same time, it would be crazy not to pick Tennessee.
Of course, Tennessee is the chalky pick. It's the easy pick. Everyone knows Tennessee's probably going to win it, but I don't want to pick Tennessee and be like, oh, I picked Tennessee. That's not fun.
I'm switching to Tennessee, and this is going to piss off a ton of LSU fans. I'm switching to Tennessee. I've seen enough, man. Like, they're not going to lose any series this year.
I'll tell you this, talking with some of my peeps inside that building in Knoxville, people are starting to say out loud that they think this team might be better than last year's.
I think so, dude. I don't think that's a crazy. I mean,
think about all they lost, dude. They lost
that's true.
All their homegrowns, all the ones that were a part of that villainous squad, and they might be right. They might be better. They're so.
I just want you to see something here. Look at Ben's list, and then look at Jack and I's list. Ben might as well just repick the whole board.
Well, I have dignity, and I am able to admit when I'm wrong, unlike you two narcissistic, egotistic maniacs who think you're always right. I'm always okay saying I'm wrong.
It's true.
And I've seen enough. Tennessee is the best team in the country by a pretty good margin.
By a long shot.
It's hard to say I'm wrong when I'm never wrong. So I'm not really sure.
I cannot wait to watch Liam Doyle versus Cade Anderson on a Friday night, and I think it's in Baton Rouge this year.
It is.
2 of my favorite pitchers to watch. Throw in a little Jared Spencer too. My golly, sign me up.
Or a little Liam Peterson.
I think he might be hurt, Dimitri, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he just get hurt?
I don't know. Where's Noah at? We need.
I fucking hate you to Miami.
Oh,
Maybe I'm thinking of Pierce Capella. One of those lefties is hurt. I don't know, but
Pierce Capella got hurt. No, yeah, no, whatever, dude. They're all either too many players, too many names. Anyways, I'm sticking with Georgia only because I picked them and I'm gonna ride them out. Jack, go ahead and change.
I will guarantee. Wait, can I do a guarantee that Georgia will not win the SEC regular season?
Oh yes.
Or guarantee. What's worse, a guarantee shave? What do I have to do?
The guarantee is the worst.
I guarantee, dude, you're pissing yourself on live television.
Promise the guarantee is worse. Promise.
What is that?
The guarantee.
Is that the shave?
No.
Oh, poop.
The guarantee. The guarantee shit yourself, folks. I've seen it. It's not good. It's not pretty.
What are we doing? This is a college baseball podcast.
Well, you know what? We're talking about college baseball wagers, Dimitri.
If you didn't make this awful Georgia, look, if it's not Tennessee winning the SEC regular season, then it's LSU. Maybe if Texas A&M can figure it out, Georgia would be like 8th on my list or 9th.
Hey, can I tell you what's happening, by the way? Not to play devil's advocate. The more you keep crapping on Georgia, the more I feel those dog fans just that those Twitter fingers are engaging. And I want this more than anything now with Dimitri. The more you keep talking,
I need the dog pound to line up with me, and we're gonna fight like this is Scotland. And we are gonna come for you, Ben. We are gonna fight like it's Scotland.
I love it.
I'm so unworried about Georgia. Georgia, good team. They'll be in a regional. They're going to finish probably 7th to 10th in the SEC this year.
Oh, Georgia!
I will never even sweat.
Make sure I look good. Let me make sure I look good for this clip. Say it again, Ben. I need to look good for this clip on social media because they're going to clip it.
The Georgia Bulldogs will not even come close to winning the SEC regular season.
Good. I love it. All right, I've got my pick, and because I do want to get this thing rolling, because we say who cares, and then we love talking SEC ball. So a part of me wants to show how committed I am to this Aggie group. I really do. And I think I would almost deserve quadruple points for sticking this thing out while Aggie fans jumped off the ship. Alabama's for real. Folks, Alabama's for real. Ben and I had the conversation that Saturday night at each other, and we went, this team has got Kentucky vibes from a season ago. Who wants to win? We said it at the beginning of the year. It's why we like the Georgia pick. It's going to be someone who feels like they have to prove something. Alabama feels like they have to prove something. They are 8 or 9 deep in the pen. They love every arm they throw on the weekends. I think their lineup is insane. I think they have a legitimate bona fide superstar and a top 3 pick in Justin LeBron. The Nort dog himself playing second. Give me the Tide. And I'm not just saying that because I got to call one of the games. You can just feel it. I feel it with Alabama. So I'm going to switch to Alabama, but I do really want to ride this thing out with A&M. But I am going to pick Alabama because I do think that's a fun frisky pick as well.
Hey, Ben. Educate our homeboy over here on the double B word that I use when it comes to picking these teams. When it comes to May, they're called double B's. And it's the color of your shirt.
Blue blood.
Alabama is not a blue blood, buddy.
You don't need to be a blue blood. Was Kentucky a blue blood? They won it last year.
You were doing so good, Dimitri, and then you picked Georgia, and then your brain just melted.
It just happened. It just happened a year ago.
am so sorry, Dimitri, that your brain just melted.
It happens so quick too. You're usually on such a heater as well.
Yeah, he was doing so good.
It's okay.
It's okay, buddy.
Just twist it. Just stick it in there and just twist.
But your reasoning was why you picked Georgia. Hey.
Georgia, the blue. I would consider Georgia a borderline blue blood.
What?
the late 2000s, early 2010, Georgia was by far a big time blue blood program. So
I wouldn't even put them as a blue blood in the SEC. What are you talking about?
Dude, just let me have my floor here. So the SoCon, what do you guys think about the SoCon?
Yeah,
I got UNC.
I'm sticking with Mercer. Jack has Wofford. Dimitri has UNCG. I'm sticking with the Bears. Screw it.
God, UNC Greensboro.
This is such a good conference. Like we haven't even mentioned Samford or ETSU, who are both elite talented. VMI's playing good baseball. Don't look at their schedule. The schedule's pretty weak, but who cares? VMI looks really good in their games they've played.
Do not look at VMI's schedule. They might lead the country in stolen bases or whatever. Do not look at their schedule. I mean, do not look at their schedule. Just don't do it.
It's like Miss Mary's Daycare, the Chicago School of the Blind.
Family reunion, starting 9.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sticking with UNC Greensboro. They played a tough schedule. 2 ACC team on the road or whatever. Yeah, I like Greensboro. I'm okay with them.
Ben, do you mind if I jump?
Please get off Wofford, dude.
Yeah, Mercer. Give me the Bears.
Wofford wins.
Bears. Bears. Didn't get to really watch him, but then having a good conversation with our boy Joey Homan over at High Point, like getting to really actually sit down and watch the Bears. I want to drink the Kool-Aid, and I think it's going to be orange Kool-Aid, and I want to sip it with my friend Ben.
Do it. Thank you. That means a lot.
Give me Mercer. Bears.
All right, Southland. Is this Lamar's logo or is this Incarnate Words logo that we all picked?
Lamar's logo.
Okay, good.
But I'm switching. This is the easiest switch.
I'm switching, and I'm switching first. I love Lamar. I think they're going to be really good, but there's one team in South Texas that I have fallen in love with. It's UT Rio Grande Valley. The Vaqueros are the real deal. They beat Houston in a midweek this week as well. They've already beaten Dallas Baptist, University of Houston, swept Lamar. They are almost the kings of Texas right now. Give me the Vaqueros.
Pew, 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 pew. Give me the McNeese. Dude, I should have never left the McNeese bandwagon. McNeese was always the pick. They will always be the pick. Give me McNeese. I'm so sorry I didn't pick you guys.
So this one feels weird because we've already started conference play, which the Rio Grande Valley pick is a fun one.
I would change my pick before they started conference play. Yeah, we talked about this Sunday.
I said this too. Seeing Houston Christian win kind of hurts my heart a little bit. Like I don't, shout out to the Puma. I'm going to stick on Lamar, though. I do think we talk about Blue Bloods. They've been a staple at the top of that conference. I know they get swept at UTRGV, and the whole world of college baseball is talking about them. I'll stick with Lamar, and I'll make sure to get the logo right this time.
Sounds good. Wish you best of luck.
If I will put it on record, if Lamar did not get swept by UTRGV, I would have stuck with Lamar.
Yeah.
McNeese, great pick, was considering them as well. And Southeastern Louisiana, really good team too. So keep an eye out on them. It'll be a fun conference. All right, next one we have the Sun Belt or the Fun Belt as it's listed here. I will be making a switch. I picked Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns, and I'm not a buyer on their team anymore. I'm selling all the stock that I have. I'm putting it into the Troy Trojans.
Oh,
good, bro.
No, Ben, you got to go with the Pete Magic. Hey. Go pick Southern Miss.
Southern Miss fans don't want me picking Southern Miss. I promise you.
Hey, but guess what? I've been thinking about this all afternoon. Watch what Dimitri's about to do. Watch what Dimitri's about to do.
Ben, go pick Southern Miss.
Dimitri's going to do it. Don't worry, Ben. Don't do it.
Oh, boy.
Give me the Spartan Troy Trojan. I already had him. I'm not switching. Give me Troy. But I will say that at the College Baseball Podcast and a very informative group of three we have here. Coastal Carolina,
Yes, sir.
easy team to pick right there. I think they are really good. They are competing with everybody. They've been in every game. They played a loaded schedule. Coastal, Kevin Schnall's got them right where Gary Gilmore left. Left them, Schnall took the reins and just kept going. Like, didn't miss a beat. Southern Miss, guys. Southern Miss. Road Series win at TCU. They keep winning. They keep showing everybody they are the standard in the Fun Belt. But I think this is Troy's year. I think Skylar Meade and that squad is hungry. I think they are more hungry than they were a year ago. Shane Lewis, he is going to be a big part of the difference between from a year ago to this year. He's going to win them a couple games that they just couldn't get that swing off to win a game last year or whatever it is. I'm sticking with Troy, but this conference is deep. And fella, we need Marshall Thundering Herd to win this conference.
Yes,
we need the Herd to win this conference. I will not explain why. If you know, you know.
Well said.
Well said. Now this between like Troy, Southern Miss, they play the last weekend series of the season at Troy, which I think plays a little factor in my decision, but dude, Coastal's really good too. Like between Troy, Coastal, Southern Miss, and who's the other team there that we're missing? Well, I would just say those three right now. Georgia State's having a good year.
Consider Texas State, Georgia Southern.
Texas State is probably my fourth favorite team right now. That would be a good one. Georgia State and South Alabama both have shown well.
Let me say this about Louisiana. They're going to be top 4 in the conference when it's all said and done.
I like that.
They'll be just fine. But we've got to take into account how they've looked so far, and it hasn't been great.
Yep.
I'll tell you this. I said earlier in the year I picked Troy, and I do believe that their pitching is really good. But I said that their starting pitching on the weekends was head and shoulders better than everybody, and that was a little overzealous. I think it's really good. I slept on the shots, and I said that the shots were going to be better on the mound. And you talk about taking the reins, Kevin Schnall's. This pitching staff looks like a completely different group. 10-3. They've gone and played a really, really tough, like obviously non-con, but their weekend 3. Whether it's McKay, then Cam Fluke on Saturday, who's a sophomore that's up to 95, 96. And then on Sunday, Riley Eichhoff, who is by far the best pitch ability out of that group, 4 pitches for a strike whenever he wants. Like, he's a dangerous Sunday guy in this conference where you go, give him the ball, and you know exactly what you're going to go get. He's going to get you 6 2/3, 5 punchies. He's not going to walk or hit anybody. Like, they're really good. Like, that's a Coastal team that can play for a super this year. I just think Troy can too. So I'll stick for my double points and I'll ride out Troy.
All right, the SWAC. We all 3 picked Bethune-Cookman. I'm not switching my pick.
I'm not
no
either.
switches? All right, Summit League.
Wait, I will say one thing about it. I think the SWAC is better than people realize. I think they're a good conference. They're improving year over year, top to bottom. I do think this conference is starting to gain a little bit of respect. It's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take a full group effort, top to bottom, for this conference to really make a step forward. But I do think they are competing much better. They've shown me a lot. They played better clean defense. When you watch some of the SWAC teams in the years past, they're throwing the ball around, they're kicking the ball around, they're just getting their ass beat. And it's not fun. You almost feel bad for them. But I do think they're playing a little more fundamentally sound baseball as a group. So I'm excited for them.
I like Florida. Florida A&M took care of business against High Point and Mercer last Saturday. Beat them both in a doubleheader. Florida A&M is a good, interesting pick here. Jackson State's played well. Southern's played well. Southern has a 3-game series at Mercer this week, and I'll be keeping up with that. I'm nervous Mercer might lose that series, but
Summit.
And then Grambling State, also a good team in the SWAC. So Summit League, I need to make a switch. I took St. Thomas. I still think the Tommies are not bad, but Omaha has my heart. I love this Omaha team. Give me Nebraska, Omaha. I will ride this pick to the ground, even though Oral Roberts is probably the better pick. Oral Roberts is back, baby.
How are we not taking the Golden Eagles? Oral Roberts is the best team in this conference.
Yeah,
The best team in this conference.
it's true.
Omaha
They
has
beat
my heart.
Arizona. They beat Arizona State and DBU on Friday night. Oral Roberts did this year. Beat them both. But if Omaha didn't have a win against LSU and Kansas, I would
Kansas.
switch too, but I won't do it. Omaha. Hack. Omaha. Let it ride.
All right. Cool.
All right, 2 conferences left. West Coast Conference. We all 3 picked the Toreros of San Diego. Does anybody want to make a switch?
No chance. One of the hardest schedules in the country. They'll be just fine and ready to rock and roll.
They're going to be just fine. I'm not switching either. Give me the Toreros.
It's good
Just
because
fine.
they're 2-10. Do we all let it ride and confirm that they only win 8 games this year? What do you think?
Well, they played 4 against TCU, 3 at Arizona, San Diego State, Cal State, Bakersfield. They won that series. So, like, their losses are decent losses.
I mean,
Yeah.
TCU, Arizona, San Diego State, Irvine. Like, I mean, come on, guys.
They got a shot to lose their next 4 too. They got Oregon State and Santa Barbara for their next 4.
Who
It's
cares?
okay. They'll be ready
Okay.
for West Coast Conference play. It'll seem like a cakewalk in the park.
Okay.
Once they
Well,
get there.
coach me back into it. We're good. I'm gonna stick it if you guys.
I
think.
will say, St. Mary's had some good wins. They beat Santa Barbara. They kind of got their ass handed to them against Vanderbilt, but they beat Fresno State, swept San Diego State, and then beat San Jose State. So this St. Mary's team is going to compete in this conference with San Diego for sure.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Last conference, the WAC. I have Abilene Christian, Dimitri Cal Baptist, Jack with the chalky chalk of Grand Canyon. I'm not switching. I love Abilene Christian.
I'm switching. Give me the Lopes.
Yeah.
I don't think this is very difficult. I think they're the best team in this conference. Give me Grand Canyon.
You guys are going to be surprised when Abilene Christian gives them a little run for their money here.
I'll be excited.
Do you guys remember that video of like the I don't know if you guys have seen it. The guy, every time I think of Abilene Christian, I think of that video where the guy makes fun of sorority girls making their announcement of what school they're going. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? She's like, and I'm going to Abilene Christian. Go Wildcats or some bullshit.
My
Like
name's
that.
Joe, and I'm going to Abilene Christian. Scratch some cats.
You guys are on the internet too much, man.
Every time I think of Abilene, I think of that video and that dude making fun of that girl. Oh my god.
That was funny.
Anyway, Grand
All right.
Canyon.
Well, we repicked our 2025 conference championship picks. We will get into the
Ben,
last segment here, the weekend series pick 'em.
You're gonna make me stay up all night with all these damn changes.
Hey, I was wrong. Preseason, I was wrong. And guess what? If I'm wrong with the pre-picks and I was right the first time, I will be tweeting out this graphic that you see right here and say, I told you guys.
All right.
But
Anyway,
anyways, weekend series pick 'em. 6 series. Coastal at East Carolina, FAU at FIU, Oregon at USC, Indiana at Penn State. Doubleheader on Friday. Get your picks in early. Indiana at Penn State. Missouri State at Wichita State, and UCLA at Maryland. Where do we want to start here, boys? At the top?
here's where we're gonna start. Ben, please submit your picks. I am so tired of having to go in and submit your picks for you.
Okay.
Submit the picks
Why does it matter? I'm not winning. Why does it matter?
because it's good to keep a track record of your picks in the
Oh,
day.
by the way, Blind Man Nate just texted me his picks. I need to send them to you.
All right, send them to me. Anyway, here we go. Jack,
All right.
you lead us off. Pick
Us
the
off,
series
Jack.
and pick whatever.
Just bragged on them. I think their weekend starting pitching is maybe top 20 in the country. I love all 3 arms a ton. I think the Shants go in and potentially sweep in the jungle. I'm even looking at this as breaking away from in my survivor pool. Everyone's going to take ECU at home. I might make Coastal my survivor team this weekend. Give me Coastal.
Give me the chance. Hey, what's their hand signal again? I don't remember. What is it? That yeah, the rooster with the little. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, give me Coastal. I think East Carolina is going to battle, but I think this Coastal team is top to bottom, hands down, much better than this East Carolina Pirates team.
Love it.
This is my Omaha 8 East Carolina Pirates you guys are talking about, and I'm also going Coastal Carolina here. I want my East Carolina Pirates playing the best baseball in May. I don't care what they're playing like March 8th. Don't care at all. Shots are better. Give me Coastal.
Is East
Congratulations.
Carolina going to be this year's Tulane? They're just going to not be great all year, and then they're going to roll into Clearwater, win the American Athletic Tournament. I can
I'm
see it
still
happening.
confident East Carolina is going to Omaha. It'll be as a 3 seed after winning the conference tournament, and yeah, you get my drift.
Yep. If Evansville can do it, if Indiana State can do it, if so many of these teams can do it, Coastal can do it. I mean, East Carolina, excuse me.
Well, Evansville couldn't do it. Get
They
to
got to a
Omaha.
super, but I'm saying East Carolina
East
on
Carolina's
a
been to
down
plenty
year
of
can make it
supers.
to a super. All right.
All right, FAU at FIU. I'm going to make this really quick. Give me FIU at home.
I'm going to fade the I, and I'm going to take the A, if you catch my drift.
That's good.
I caught that drift so early. I didn't even have to think about it.
Gentlemen, have you guys seen those City Connect jerseys that FIU is wearing?
The Miami
Miami
Vice,
Vice.
that played a big part in my pick, yes.
Oh, brother, it's the only reason I'm picking them. Give me FIU. Those things are schmacky.
What the Miami Vice uni?
Miami Vice. Did I say City Connect?
They're good looking, but Owls can shred any type of cotton or polyester jersey, no problem. Owls.
So could a Panther.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who we
owls come from the sky and just annoy them and just keep pestering and biting and nibbling from the sky.
got? The sky.
Sound like my 3-year-old son, Brooks. I'm not even kidding. That is something he would say.
I love it.
All right, Oregon Ducks at USC Trojans. I'm going to take Oregon because a duck could just pester away at a Trojan from the sky and the water and the ground.
But a Trojan can use a knife or a sword.
A knife?
Me.
You think a
No.
Trojan is flipping out a knife?
A sword.
Okay.
They can poke them out of the skies. So I don't know if your little metaphor there works in this case, but give me the duck. Quack, quack.
I really thought you were going to take Oregon after that. I am actually going to take the Trojans here. This is just a good old-fashioned Big Ten baseball matchup, and I'm so excited to see it.
When people think Big Ten baseball, they think Ducks and Trojans.
When I think of Ducks and Trojans, I think of the Trojans in the A gap. Give me the Trojans.
Gentlemen, college baseball nerds, score bug, elitist, fanatics, whatever you want to call it. USC's new Big Ten stream, elite score bug. Elite. I watched them against Santa Barbara the other night. Bro, fantastic stream. Score bug is gorgeous, clean, fantastic.
Well, that scoreboard is going to have double digits for Oregon all 3 games. So,
will you guarantee that?
No.
Crazy.
Let's move on. Other Big Ten matchup: Indiana at Penn State. I'm going to make this one quick. Indiana has yet to play their best baseball. They're going to play it right now. Conference play, big time hype coming into the season. They're finally going to show it. A lot of people are on the Penn State train, and I understand it. Fun team to root for. We're going to stick with the old reliable. Give me Indiana Hoosiers on the road, baby.
I'm literally picking the James Franklin Nittany Lions for one reason only. I just need a home team. I just got to pick a home team on this board. I've done the road team 3 times. Very confident in them, but I got to take a home team. So I'm give me Penn State.
I like it. You know, Indiana was my preseason pick. So in honor of fading them and switching it up, you're right. I think Devin Taylor's still waiting to burst out of the scene. They have not played very good baseball. But I think I'm a believer in Penn State. Like Paxton Kling is really, really good. They've invested a ton of money into their program. It'd be fun to see a weird team like that make a little noise. I'll take Penn State at home and all their free hot dogs.
Love it.
All right, Missouri State at Wichita State. I like Missouri State. I think they're the better team here. Now, this is a preseason mid-major top 25 action, but Wichita State has fallen out. It would not surprise me one bit, though, if Wichita State won this series at all.
Yeah, I think I don't really want to say disappointing yet, but I think the Rainbow Warriors broke Wichita State. I think that's what happened. That trip to the island broke them, and they just kind of snowballed from there. But I think this is a good team still. I think this is going to be a good team when it's all said and done at the end of the season. But I think Missouri State, as the weather warms up and that offense gets going, this team is going to be hard to beat in the Missouri Valley. And I think they're going to take care of business with Wichita this weekend.
Damn, we're all three going Road Warriors here too. I'm going to take Missouri State too. I think they're the better baseball team. Run the damn ball. Not overthinking it.
All right. Last but not least, UCLA Maryland. I'm going to take a little upset pick here at home. I think Maryland, they're a team that plays. Well, one, they've played historically really well in Big Ten matchups. They went something like 21 straight series without a series loss in Big Ten play from like 2021 to through 2023, something crazy like that. Last year they lost a few series, but who cares? I think Maryland has what it takes to beat UCLA, especially with the long trip that UCLA has coming up. What was it, like a 6-hour flight from LA to Maryland? Give me the Terps. Dirty Terps at home.
Guys, this is probably my hardest pick on the board. I've been saying it since January, looking at schedule, that this series was going to be Maryland to win. I've been saying it in January. UCLA doesn't know how to play in the cold weather like this. This is Big Ten weather, Northeast, not even the Midwest. This is cold weather. It's still early March, but I don't know. I mean, Maryland looks so much better this weekend in Winston-Salem against Wake Forest. And who else did they play? Princeton or somebody?
Yeah, somebody like. Oh, it was Princeton because Princeton beat Wake Forest. Yep.
Anyway, they looked atrocious in Cullowhee against Western Carolina. Yeah, they put up 35 one game and lost the series. That's hard to do. So I don't know what I want to do here, but I'm going to stick with my gut feeling that I've had since January. Maryland is winning the series, even though I think UCLA is the better team.
Yeah, this is weird. I do think you're right. I think we talked about this during our Big Ten selection. I think UCLA wins the Big Ten this year. I think they are. I say rock and roll like 13 times on every broadcast I do. So getting to broadcast a game where they got a guy that named Rock that hits grand slams all the time would be a lot of fun. With that being said, we said that we thought they'd struggle against Maryland. Like, this is not an easy road trip. I think Maryland at home is tough to beat. I played there before. It's a really cool college ballpark. They're going to have a lot of fanfare on campus this weekend with some crazy basketball stuff going on. So I'm a little bit stuck. I'm with you, Dimitri. I think this is the hardest game on the board to pick. I'll take UCLA. I picked them to win the Big Ten. I think it could be a really cool statement road victory, but would not be shocked even a little bit, and it would not scare me off of my UCLA pick if they were to lose this weekend.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Is the boy here? Make the call, gentlemen.
Noah's
Make the call,
here.
gentlemen.
What up, Noah? You're
What up,
muted.
dude?
What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Salt Life, bruh. Salt Life. What's hanging?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Just
Noah, we need
chilling
your
out
picks for this
Orlando.
weekend.
All right, for the pick'em.
Yeah.
Feed
For the
us.
pick'em?
Oh
All
yeah.
right, four. I'm rolling with 4 road teams. I'll just roll them up right off the tongue because I feel like story time probably better for me appearing on the show late. I went with Coastal over ECU, Florida Atlantic over FIU, Oregon against USC, Penn State. By the way, that's a home series for the Nittany Lions, and we've got that labeled as like a versus, like a neutral there. I believe they're playing all 3 games at their home field. And then Missouri State against Wichita, and then Maryland against UCLA. Those are my 6 picks there.
He just literally
The
picked
Terps.
the exact same board as me. Am I
I feel
supposed to
like
be
there's
scared
going to
of
be a ton of people that have those same picks. It's
Yeah.
a logical
Maybe,
thing.
maybe. I think it's a very – I texted you guys when I first saw the series. I think you guys picked some great series. There's going to be some carnage this week. I normally don't take a ton of road teams. I went with 4 out of the 6. So
You
we'll see how
faded
that
that.
goes.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Everybody, give your survivors. Ben, you're already out, but who would your hypothetical survivor be?
I would say, for me, I am confident that Oregon is going to beat USC.
Jack?
Yeah, I said it when we picked them. I love Coastal. I wouldn't be surprised if Coastal swept this weekend. I love Coastal this weekend.
I think I got to roll with Coastal, too. I think I got to roll with Coastal as my survivor.
No, who you like?
Yeah, I still haven't cemented mine in yet. I really like Maryland this week. I think that place is going to be an absolute zoo. I like Coastal and I like FAU. Those are probably the 3 that I've narrowed it down to. I have not had any time to look into it and finalize that. Jack,
I like the FAU pick. That's my second favorite.
Yeah.
No, don't fade the facility. You're fading the hell out of them this weekend, brother.
No, I know. That's why I think Maryland's got to be my pick. I'm pretty bold against UCLA this season. I think that's a nasty road trip. Their first true cross-country road trip in the Big Ten. I think it sneaks up on them. I'll take the Terps. I'll lock that in. I got
Any other big series that you like this weekend, Noah?
I don't know. I think the one that I've really circled was Oregon USC. That one I'm really excited about. Yeah, you guys chose 6 great series. I don't have any quarrels with any of them. I wanted to share this story on the show. Jack, I think you got a new professional baseball player you got to add to the brand. Can confirm on the grounds of Magic Kingdom that Nicholas Castellanos is for the Flops brand. Flops were on the ground. On and off.
A deep drive to left field.
It was very cool because he was with like his extended family. Like I wasn't gonna go over there and just break that up. Like he wanted to draw no attention to himself. I thought it was so awesome. Just plain white tank top. Like Liam, who went viral during the World Series run, and I think it was 2023. He was there. His daughter was there, his wife, and then like some extended family. Very, very cool. And then UCF, I was at that game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They take down Florida 13-3. Completely blow out the Gators, man. Diamez Ross, cool interview, great dude. And then the star of that game, man, was Eddie Espinal, who hit a 3-run tank. I don't think he's like a typical starter. He's hitting above 500 this season so far in like 30 at-bats. He's been slotted into the 2-hole, absolutely raking. That team's really good. Sundin came off the bench in that one. Big catcher.
Sundin has been there for 4 years.
Yeah, and that outfield's loaded for UCF. They're gonna be a contender in the Big 12. I'm sold.
Dimitri just picked him to win the Big 12.
There we go.
I got to tell you, first off, fantastic correspondent work. You were born to hold that pencil. Well done. It was a fantastic interview. Editing skills on 100. I'm still learning how to do it like you. Very, very job well done. I got to tell you, though, Castellanos, that's dude trekking through Disney World in a pair of flops takes grit, takes heart.
It's insane work. Insane.
It's gutsy young man. I understand and resonate the feel. I've walked miles in Omaha in a pair of flops. I love them.
And I can confirm he was there for over 6 hours because I saw him twice at
the
park.
That's
insane.
From a pen to a cherry pop pencil. In the future, isn't it better just to interview somebody with a pen instead of a damn pencil?
Oh, I went mechanical pencil. And Diamez says that his utensil of choice was a mechanical pencil as well. You get the best of both worlds.
Here's the deal. I got no problem with the mechanical grind. I've said it for a long time, whether it's Papermate or Ticonderoga, whoever wants to respond to one of my DMs that I send once every 2 Mondays for the last 3 years, whoever wants to respond first, I'm wide open. Wide open.
You should just come out with your own pencil brand.
Oh,
Yeah,
It can't be that hard.
so down. I wonder what that would take.
it's the dull long shot, like dull and then long shot.
I like
Dull
that.
lead.
I've been known to be pretty dull in my life. No, before we go, I think we should book one.
The lead champ.
The lead champs is good too, Dimitri.
The lead champs.
The
Wow.
lead champs is pretty good
Wow.
for a Penn guy. You can see him, friends. Oh, that's a good one. I'm writing that down.
I charge royalty, by the way.
Absolutely not for the shit you've talked, sir.
The lead champs.
That's good. Oh, that's good. Guys, before we go, because that rocked, maybe we should end on that. I know I started it and was animated. Noah, we texted offline, off the chat in our group chat about A&M. Should we let him bookend it for us? I said I'm all in. I'm all in. Michael Early, the boys need to listen to Rattling Bog, smile, have a couple beverages, and we'll be okay. Noah, you said you felt like maybe you were on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, I guess my analysis would be 2022 Mississippi State wins the national championship, or that was 2021. They won the national
2021.
championship. 2022, they fall off the face of the earth. 2022, Ole Miss wins the national championship. 2023, they fall off the face of the earth. 2023, LSU wins the national championship. 2024, LSU has a slump early in SEC play, 3-12 start. 2024, Texas A&M was the talk of the entire offseason.
Yeah.
Tennessee won the national championship, but they were flying under the radar in the offseason headlines. They were getting disrespected, like ranked 4th or whatever, still not even number 1 in the country. When I think all of us think that they've been the best overall team so far at the start of the season.
No doubt.
What if Texas A&M, because of that, all the headlines, they just completely just took even though they didn't win it, they were the national champion headline the entire offseason. They're having that early season slump. We'll see if they can climb out of it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Noah, I hate to break it to you, but you could have went a different route there. You could have just said whoever comes in second place every year has a down year the next year. I thought you were going there. I don't want to correct you, but like Vanderbilt in
Could be,
2022, after coming in second, they had a down year in 2022. Oklahoma in 2023 after the 2022 second place, and then Wake Forest in 2023 has a down year in 2024. Not Wake Forest. I'm so sorry. Wake Forest didn't come in second. Florida down year in 2024. Shouldn't have even made the tournament.
Yeah.
Gets in the tournament, gets hot, and goes on a run. So like that should have been your lane, and like that's what we're here for, Noah. Like me, Jack, Dimitri, we're here to coach you up because you are this hot prospect in the minor league system, just getting ready for your shot, and just you're there. It's attention to details. That's how you make a prediction. It's attention to details.
Yeah.
Let's
So
get
ironic.
you cooked up.
That
I love you. I'm just messing with
It's
you.
it's so ironic because Dimitri earlier picked Georgia, and then when I picked Alabama, he goes, Jack, Blue Bloods win the SEC regular season title. And I was like, oh, yeah? You want to bet about Kentucky last year? And Ben goes, he picked Georgia, for God's sakes.
All right,
we can have
I
a
can
fun.
wrap up the show.
Who won the
Thank you.
SEC too.
Thank you, Noah, Mr. Orlando. Excuse me.
No problem.
We miss
Happy
you. Will you
day.
be back Sunday for the show, please?
Dude, I was texting in the group chat. I feel like I've barely even been part of the team. Maybe other people that are listening don't feel that way, but dude, I've been out of town 3 out of the 4 weekends. That's just not me. I'm cooped up like all the time in the house for the entire weekend on my phone nonstop. So I'm ready to lock in. But then we got March Madness, and I'm halfway in the door, and that too is like, oh my god, I'm
We'll see,
nonstop.
we'll see you in May. We'll see you in April.
You're our September call-up, man. That's what we need you for.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, I have 2 hypothetical investment questions. I think we should group ride Noah, I know you're the jack of all trades. You do it all. Give us your basketball national champion. We'll take an 11.7 winner.
The dark horse that I really like is Texas Tech.
The Raiders.
Yeah,
The Red Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay.
My preseason Final Four is still like looking rock solid. I had Auburn.
Nobody's been
winning it
eliminated
all.
yet. That's good.
Yeah. I had Auburn winning it all. I had Duke, Houston, and then Texas Tech was the long shot in the preseason. They do not look
I bet
like
nobody
a long
else
shot
took
anymore,
those four
so.
teams too.
I
think
like
you're part of the wrong
the
team.
Houston Cougars. I think the Cougars are winning it all this year in basketball.
I'm taking those.
They
I'm
need to
taking
get over
Red
that
Raiders.
hump. Samson needs to get one. But yeah,
Hey,
we're talking too
hey,
much basketball.
This
at the
guy,
end of this
before we go, I got
baseball
one
show.
more because this is going to be my favorite. I've been wearing the shirt all day. I've become a big old fighting fan. Do you have a favorite on Saturday night by any chance?
Fighting.
Oh, dude, Ankilov and Alex Pereira. I've been wearing my Chama shirt all night. No one said anything.
I don't know. Why are you directing this at me?
Love it. Well, because I know you want to get off this podcast so bad, but I want to hear Mr.
Oh my god, dude, we're at an hour 40. It was time to hang it up 20 minutes ago.
Promise you, if a college baseball fan is sticking around an hour 40 minutes in, they're going to want to know this answer.
I'm missing the reference if it goes to like fighting. Isn't Chama like Charleston, Omaha, right?
Oh, no. But
No?
I do like that a lot. No, it's a fighter, and his name is Chama.
Yeah.
But I think I've missed on the crowd. My
All
bad.
right, Ben,
I
click
ruined
end stream, please. Ben, click end stream, please.
it.
All right. We will wrap up there. It's getting a little weird here, but appreciate everybody for listening. Sorry this is coming out early Friday morning, but I promise this is valuable information all weekend. And we will see you guys Sunday. Thank you, everybody. And bye-bye.